Hello, everybody, and welcome to this live stream. My name is Nimmer. Very glad that you are here. And today, this video is being recorded on August the 30th, and it seems as if I might have a mystery guest. Let's see. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
You can hear me.
I can.
Very good, very good. How's my volume going?
Your volume is pretty good. It's a little bit quieter than me, but I'll have to turn myself up a little bit.
All right, I can tweak that here.
Let's see. I'll turn myself up here. That's alright. Here we go. I should be a little bit louder now.
Nice. And
Yep. Alright. Well,
there we go.
hello there, Kurt. How's it
Hi.
going?
Doing good. I've been having a lot of fun with this Chromebook here.
What? You got a Chromebook too?
I got a Chromebook, yeah. That's what I'm using to come to the stream here.
Wow, that's cool.
So, yeah, both of us, I guess.
Yes, I'm also on my Chromebook.
Very
And I'm
good.
wondering if your audio settings are set to the without the echo cancellation and the stereo and all that.
Let's see. How do I check the just in the same audio settings?
Nope. In stream in the
Oh, in Restream.
Yeah, there's an
All
option
right.
for settings.
Let's look here.
Towards the top, there's an option for settings.
Cool.
Let's see if we can get you sounding. You actually sound pretty good as it is. Actually, when I turn off the echo cancellation and all that, it adds some hiss to me, probably from my fridge, because it's not doing
Okay.
any noise cancellation.
Wow, the in-page search isn't working like it normally should here.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Settings, though. I found settings.
Oh, good. And then just tab through. There'll be options for echo cancellation and stereo. You can enable stereo
Oh.
and noise suppression as well. You can turn that off.
So Oh. All right, so let's turn off the echo.
Whoa, hello.
Do I sound different?
You do. Now I can hear all your room noise.
Oh, now you should be able to hear even more because I have noise suppression off.
Well, hello.
And let's turn on stereo audio.
Hey, guess what? You're in stereo.
Very cool.
Yep.
Nice.
So there we go. That's what
So,
these
hello.
Chromebooks are capable, everybody.
Hello.
Yep.
Nice.
And also, there's another checkbox for high-res audio. You can enable that. You might have that option. I don't know. Or if you don't, that's okay, too.
Let's find out.
That might just be on my end.
I saw that here. Come. Yeah, it looks like that's checked.
Oh, good, good. So all your audio options are checked. Very nice.
Oh, you know what? There we go. Now stereo's checked. Okay,
Excellent, excellent.
cool.
All right.
That's pretty nifty.
Yep. All right. Well, we have 2 people watching, so thank you for watching. If you are watching this, and if you watch this later, thank you very much for coming on and watching. We've got a mystery guest here, and he came from some other podcast. What did you do? Ditch the other podcast or what?
I feel like the other podcast kind of ditched itself. I mean, blind tech guys, if we get more people in to help, then we could maybe, we could keep going. But as of now, it's hard to do a podcast with two people. I think you found that out.
Yeah, it does get a little bit harder, and I think it's also just harder to keep up the content and
Yeah.
keep up all the editing and keep up all the, just anything that actually makes it sound reasonable. The beauty of coming on here live on YouTube is there's absolutely no editing. So if I were to let out a F-bomb, I can't take it back. So that's just what it is. You're just hearing exactly what comes on live. So there we go. And so today this thing is being released on the 30th of August. Nice and toasty here in where I'm at in California. Very toasty today. Got all the way up to like 90, which is a little bit unusual for this area. San Francisco itself hasn't gotten above 70 in over 2 months, so they've actually climbed up a little bit today.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're baking.
Yeah, it's the thing is here there's a lot of pollution going on, and there's been a ton of fires, so like I usually like going outside.
To you.
Yeah.
It blows east because the winds off the ocean makes all that stuff. So we don't even, we're not that smoky here in the Bay Area. And we haven't been really, but it's all going east. So Nevada, Utah, Colorado, I'm so sorry for my farts and everything else that blows east.
I'll blame it all on you. It's all your fault.
Yes.
You did it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been enjoying vacation this week. Ended up going paragliding, did a lot of hiking, just enjoyed myself. And so back to work next week. And there we go. All right, well, we've got, I don't know, do you have anything that you want to talk about that's really cool? Any news items? Otherwise, we'll just jump into Chrome OS.
Well, I mean, Chrome OS has been my rabbit hole the last few days. So I haven't really been keeping up on the news as much because I've been so distracted by this new thing.
Yeah, I mean, what I've seen, there's not really been that much that's kind of interesting. The T-Mobile hack keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yep, and I'm a T-Mobile customer, so that's a little scary.
Yeah, that's now affecting something like 60 million people and business customers, and also if you're a prepaid customer with Metro, that's being affected now. It's bad. It's really, really bad.
Yeah, and T-Mobile didn't handle it very well. They said, they put out an announcement that's saying, well, customers' financial information wasn't stolen. But then if you actually look at, dig into the story, it might not have been credit cards, but it was definitely social security numbers, and, that's almost worse.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, any company is susceptible to attacks, but the reason that I point out T-Mobile is that it seems like it happens every year.
Yeah.
It happens a lot more with T-Mobile, so I'm really hoping they use this opportunity to improve their security. One thing I will say is that, for example, with Verizon, anytime you swap out a SIM card, you get notified right away by email that you've swapped out your SIM to a new device. You can set up restrictions so that if you were to try to port out a number, for example, to someone else's line, you actually need a separate PIN, and you need to go into the store and provide an ID. There's a lot of security options that are available to other carriers that don't really seem to be a thing on T-Mobile. And so I talked a little bit about last week, the SIM swapping is one of the biggest dangers of this kind of thing. Because let's face it, your social security number is probably already out there. If it wasn't T-Mobile, it was Equifax, or if it wasn't them, it was, I don't know, any of the billion of other
Target,
companies.
yeah.
That doesn't make it okay, but your data's out there. So it just matters about how you manage it. And one of the biggest dangers of someone like T-Mobile is that someone gets your information and they're able to engineer a SIM swap. So I call T-Mobile. First I have to go get a SIM card, which isn't that hard. Then I call T-Mobile, and then using their customer service, I can say, hey, here's this person's information that I stole online, except I would tell them it was me. Please transfer their number to this SIM card. Okay, well, what can I do with that now? Well, remember a lot of those websites that you have the two-factor authentication set up with? That set your phone number to go by text?
Yep.
So, yeah, including maybe your bank. Now I have access to pretty much any of that because most likely you used the same password on T-Mobile that you used on your bank if you're not using a password manager.
Probably, yeah.
And most likely I already have all the information that I need to access your bank account and your really any other account on the web. So this is why I've said that password managers are really important, using something like a 1Password, using security keys, not using the text-based two-factor authentication, and trying to figure out what security measures your carrier has to stop, hackers from getting in, engineering SIM swaps.
Yeah, well, I gotta tell you, this is making me rethink my T-Mobile. It might be time to switch.
Yeah. Live Accessible says hello. Hello, Carrie.
Hello, Carrie.
Very glad that you're here. And yeah. Okay, so off to Chromebook land. So before we go to part 3, because I've done part 1 and 2, I want to see what are your thoughts so far, as like a new user.
So, my thoughts as a new user, now I finally sat down, for people who can see me in my camera, pacing around my apartment. I'm actually sitting still now. My thoughts as a new user, though, are this is honestly a much more intuitive screen reader than I'm used to. Like, my biggest roadblocks and learning curve right now is the JAWS and NVDA commands that I'm so used to. But actually, like, if someone were to start with this screen reader, I think they'd be able to pick it up really fast. Just because, it knows when you're supposed to type, and there's no forms mode, and, like, no virtual PC cursor, and no, browse mode, and all that. It just kind of works all as one mode. There's a sticky mode, but all that does is turns on the modifier key. So it's a very simple, lean, lightweight screen reader that it's a shame, I think, that trainers don't start people on this.
Yeah, I agree. And if you are a student watching this and your vision teacher tells you this thing's not accessible, I want you to use an iPad, you need to tell them the best thing to do with an iPad is stick it on top of the toilet tank or maybe in the toilet tank. And I'm not, I kind of mean that a little bit sarcastically because, of course, an iPad is a good tool and has its place as a good tool. But if your peers are using Chromebooks, there's no reason why you as a student cannot use a Chromebook. So, there we go.
And the other thing about this is, the Chromebook I got normally without any sales is like $700. I got this thing for $500, and it has build quality, and like the hardware in this thing is comparable to like $1,000 laptop. So if you're on a limited budget, like, you're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck if that's in that $500 to $1,000 range than you will in Windows, I think, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably true. So, yeah, and we have Kamar. He says, hi, hello, Kamar. I hope
Hey, Kamar.
I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, you can let me know. But anyway, hello and welcome to anybody else who's watching either live or later on. Glad that you're here. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with all your points, and I was saying, I think yesterday to you that I mostly use my Chromebook. I have a Windows machine sitting here that has a Ryzen 7, like it's a beast of a processor, a beast of a computer, 16 gigs of RAM.
Jeez.
Pretty high-end machine. I don't touch it. Like, I don't really have a reason to log into Windows. So, I don't know, I'm halfway tempted to sell it, but then, of course, as soon as I do, I'm sure I'll find a use for Windows, so I don't know.
I mean, you can just give it to me. I'll take that thing off your hands.
Oh, no, no very good, no very good. No, I don't know about giving it away.
Yeah, I remember how proud you were of that thing a few months back.
Yeah, it's a great machine. I like it a lot. But I find myself using my Chromebook more because in web apps, for example, which I'm always using web apps, and I've talked a lot about web apps. Chrome OS actually is really good for that. And so as long as you're just doing whatever you need through either the web or Android apps, or to some extent Linux, like you have your needs met in a package that is very responsive, that just works well. So at least for me, I mean, what do? Like, I check my email, listen to music, watch a movie, whatever. Any of that I can easily do on my Chromebook. Like, even putting together this, this stream, I'm on my Chromebook. So.
Yeah. And I think the processors in these things are getting to the point now that if you really were wanting to do some light sound editing, Windows would be easier for that kind of stuff. But I think you could do it here if you were a very, tech savvy person.
Yeah, look, I'm not suggesting that if you're a hardcore audio editor or if you're getting into graphics editing and all that, I'm not suggesting that you run out and there are certain things that you probably already know that you need a full desktop operating system.
Sure.
But if you're the majority of users, you don't need that. But anyway, part 3 of this little gig is Android apps. I did part 1 and part 2 on just the navigation of the Chromevox screen reader in past videos, and also in browsing the web. Talked a little bit about that, so go back and watch those. If you have any comments or questions, ask those in the videos. But this is part 3. And in part 3, you'll talk a little bit about Android apps and maybe try to demo Android apps. Have you tried to use Android apps on your...
I have, and kind of mixed results. I have used a couple. I've used Clubhouse and I've used the Brave browser, and they've both worked really well. I've wanted to use Signal, but it looks like I can't get that Android app, so I've been trying to play around with Linux a little and see if I can get that set up. But that's just been the last couple hours, so I'm not too stressed about that if it doesn't work. But yeah, I've done.
Is the Signal app not available through Play Store?
No, not on Chromebooks.
Okay, that's interesting. I haven't looked for that, but
yeah. But I mean, the Clubhouse apps works really well, and the Brave browser works really well, and the Play Store seems to be pretty much like it is on my phone. And the nice thing is, Chromevox keyboard support, all of the normal keyboard commands seem to work, for navigation and moving around the screen.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You can use Chromevox, which is automatic. This is what happens when you start using your Chromebook, so using Chromevox. But if you were to need to turn TalkBack on, you certainly could do that as well. Let me see if I can remember the hotkey. I think it's search A and right bracket.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Search A and right bracket. So if you need to use that, then you can definitely turn TalkBack on and use that if for whatever reason in a particular app TalkBack works better than Chromevox, which that may be the case, but if it is, then you should also report it. And the way that you report issues on a Chromebook is you hold down the search key and then press A and then I, and that will bring up a a bug template for you to fill out, basically just saying what the issue is and how you reproduced it and all that. And that goes right to the Chromium bug tracker. And so that's how you can report issues with your Chromebook. So I recommend that if you do have issues with particular apps or something like that, that you do that, because I know that the team is definitely always looking for feedback and that kind of thing. And so there we go. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see if we have any comments before I share the screen. Kamar is happy to know about Chrome OS. Can't wait. Let's start. Haha. Okay. Ha ha ha.
All right.
Let's go then.
And I will mute myself for this.
Yep. So let's see. I'm going to share my screen.
Yep.
Okay, it looks like I am now sharing my screen. And let's see.
Rate 52%. Rate 46. Rate 44%.
Let's slow down the speech
Rate
rate a little
42%.
bit. There we go. All right, so now to access an Android app, the easiest way to do so is through the launcher. So I'm going to hit Alt-Shift-L.
Launcher. Button. Shelf. Toolbar.
I'm going to go to the shelf with Alt-Shift-L. And where it
Google
says
Launcher.
Launcher, I'm going to hit Enter. And the reason I'm going to hit Enter is so that I can search for whatever app that I want. I can also pin whatever apps that I have here to the shelf, so I don't necessarily have to search. But I'm going to search anyway. And first place I'm going to go to
Search your launcher. Partial view. Stop screen sharing. Button.
is go to
Launcher. Button.
let's
Search your
see
device.
here.
Apps.
There we go.
Displaying
I'm going
suggestions.
to go to the Play Store. So I'm just going to type in
P. Edit text. Group. Play Store. Autocomplete.
PL.
Displaying
and
11 results for
pops
Play.
up Play Store, and I'm going to hit Enter.
Stop. Play Store. Play Store. Application. Play Store. For you.
Now, on the Play Store, it's very similar to how it's laid out on the mobile. And so I know that my navigation bar is up the top left, and the search bars, search box is kind of, up top as well. I can either touch the screen and navigate around using swipe gestures pretty easily, or I can
Show navigation drawer. Button.
use my keyboard commands to go to the top of the screen. So I did a search and control left arrow, which is acts as like a control home to go to the very top of the window. And now I'm going to search and right arrow again.
Show navigation drawer. Search for apps and games. Press search plus space to activate.
And it's telling me I can search plus space to activate. And I'm going to do that so I can type in whatever I'd like to search for.
Search for apps and games. Edit text.
Now this is where I can search for an app. So I can find whatever app that I'm looking for. So for example, if I wanted to install, I don't know, the Telegram desktop app or something like that. So I'll just type TELEGRAM and I'll hit Enter.
Play Store. Application.
And I do have keyboard echo turned off. So if it wasn't announcing all the letters, there we go.
Navigate. Telegram. Search Google. Telegram is a messaging app with a focus on speed and security. List. With 13. Telegram. Install. Button.
And there we go. I can install it. And so when I got the list, I can just easily use, like I said, search and right arrow key, which is the command to go to the next focusable, object or text or whatever it is. And I land on the install button. You can also tab through this as well if you like.
Average rating 4.3. Downloaded 500 million. Average. Install.
But I just tend to use search and the right arrow key. So I'm going to hit install.
Cancel. Button. Group. List. With 13
And now
items.
it's installing.
Telegram. Pending. List. Cancel. Telegram. Pending. List. With
And it says that it's pending.
Telegram is a Telegram. Navigate up. Button. Telegram is a Telegram. Cancel. Disable. Telegram. Installing. List.
And it's installing.
Cancel. Disabled. Button. List. Telegram. Installing. List. With 13 items. Telegram. Open. Button.
And now it's installed. So now I can just open that up. And there we go.
This app is designed for mobile. Dialog. This app is designed for mobile. Telegram may not resize well. Use preset window sizes to prevent the app from experiencing issues. Got it. Default. Button. Press search plus.
It's telling me to use resized windows.
No
and all
current Chromebox
that,
focus.
because of course it probably is
Open.
designed
Telegram.
for mobile.
Window. Telegram. Telegram. The world's fastest messaging app. Start messaging. Press search plus space
And
to
there we
activate.
go. I'm in the Telegram app, so I can easily start messaging.
Telegram. Start. The world's Telegram.
And it
Start
looks
messaging.
like in
The
this
world's fastest.
particular app,
Start messaging.
I'm not able to
Press search plus
activate
space to
some of the
activate.
controls here.
Start messaging.
So let's see if I can activate them with TalkBack. And I'm going to turn
Telegram.
off.
Application. Edit text.
Oh, nope. Actually, it was just taking a while to load, apparently.
Unselected. Please confirm your country code and enter your phone. Unselected. Plus. USA.
But if it wasn't loading properly, then I can just demonstrate how do you turn on TalkBack. So I'll just hit the search key, A, and a right bracket.
TalkBack. Minimize. Button.
And it's TalkBack is on.
Showing
Maximize.
screen. Button. Welcome to the updated TalkBack. Welcome to the updated TalkBack.
All right. Welcome to the updated
Page 1 of 3.
TalkBack.
You will get simpler menus, voice control, and more. You will learn next. Button. Close. Button. Press
And
search
let's
plus
close that out.
Button. Stay in tutorial. Close. Button.
I'll close out the tutorial.
Press search plus space to activate. Telegram window.
Telegram app. Done.
All right. So now I'm in TalkBack, and I can use
Showing screen.
TalkBack-based commands to be able to either swipe commands on the touch screen or keyboard commands to be able to navigate through the Telegram app. And
Minimize. Telegram window. Close. Back button. Tablet. Telegram window. Close. Back button. Button.
let's go
Press search
back.
tablet. Button.
I'm not actually, I don't have an account,
Telegram window.
so let's just close this out. To close an app out, I'm going to hit Control W.
Search for apps. Chrome. Stop screen. Play. Search for apps and games. Play.
There we go.
Sign in as new. Play pass.
Let's just see if TalkBack is still on.
Games. Play Store.
There we go.
Selected. Play Pass.
So now we've got TalkBack on, and I'm in the Play Store. So I can easily
Games.
use
Apps.
TalkBack commands as well, like I said. And also the touchscreen commands will also work.
Movies and apps. Press
But
search.
you do not get the Chromevox shortcuts here. You have to use the TalkBack shortcuts. And if you want to find out what those shortcuts are, you can go into the TalkBack settings and access a list, and that will tell you exactly what those keyboard commands are.
Account and settings. Application with Play Store.
So
English US. English U.
let's see here.
Games.
All right, there we go. So for whatever reason, it may be because I'm doing a screen share, but at the moment I'm not able to do any gestures for TalkBack. And
Account and settings. Application window. Close button. Press search.
so that's not working. But the keyboard commands are working, and but they do generally work. So, but you can just do a swipe down and right, just like you're used to. Go into the TalkBack settings and go to the advanced and get a list of the keyboard options in TalkBack as well. So there we go. Let's turn. By the way, the Chromevox and TalkBack are sort of tied together. So if I leave Windows, if I leave the Play Store, for example,
Chrome. Stop screen sharing.
I'm back to using Chromevox.
Play Store window.
Apps. Play.
And if I go back to it, then I'm back to using TalkBack. So that's how that works. Let's see.
Launcher. Search your device. Apps. Settings. Displaying suggestions.
If we can pull up another app. Let's see.
Google Assistant. Button. Google Assistant. Place. Telegram. Podcast. Chrome. Podcast Addict.
Podcast
This app is
Addict.
designed for mobile.
There we
Dialogue.
go. I installed Podcast Addict earlier.
This app is Podcast Addict. Got it. By continuing, you agree to accept our light theme. Switch off. Get started. You don't have any subscription. RSS. Podcasts. RSS. Restore. RSS. Settings. RSS. Help. Google. Optional. Podcasts. Open navigation. Cast. Update. Show/high play. Add new podcast. More options. Add new podcast. Press new podcast.
Let's
Bubble
add
treble
new
bubble treble features
podcast.
conversation. RSS. But new podcast. More options. New podcast. The Jordan Harbinger Show. Apple's Best of 28. RSS. Virtual. Radio. Get a free month subscription. Add. 1 free month. Search based. Suggestions. Import. Latest. Popular. Trending. More. Button. This image isn't labeled. Advertise. Short history of Bridgewater iHeartRadio and open navigation sidebar. Search.
So I have a list of
Press search plus space to
podcasts.
activate.
Let's go to
New
the
podcast.
search box,
Podcast
and
Addict.
I just went to the top of the window and found the search button. So let's
Languages select button. Search engine button. Podcast name / keywords. Edit text. Collapse.
let's search for a podcast,
Search ellipsis. Application. Search podcast name /
and I'll search for
B. Podcast name / keywords. Blind.
Android
Edit text. Expanded.
users. Why are we not?
Press search plus space to activate. Cancel. Button.
And I'll just hit
50 results
enter.
ellipsis. Episodes 41 people. Tap. Results for quick button. Blind Android users podcast. Blind Android users 38 episodes. 82 minutes. Last episode. 5 days ago. Weekly bullet 34 subscribers.
All right. So I found the Blind Android Users podcast, and they've got 34 subscribers on Podcast Addict.
Add. Button.
And I can easily add their podcast. And so to add the podcast, I would just hit search and the space bar to add the podcast. So again, this is another example of an Android app that you can use with Chromevox, or again, you can also use that with TalkBack if you choose to use it with TalkBack. Although, as I said, you should try to use it with Chromevox. It'll probably work a bit better for the most part. If it does not, then you can certainly turn on TalkBack. And yep, so there we go.
Play Store window.
I'll close this stuff out.
Stop screen sharing.
Stop screen sharing and get Kurt back in here.
View. Button. Press search plus space to activate.
Hello.
Well, hello, welcome back.
Nice
Why
job.
myself echo?
Yep, that's because my headphones weren't in. Now, there we go.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I've found most of the time, I mean, I've only used it a little bit so far, but it seems like usually Chromevox works a bit better. And I don't know. The TalkBack gestures seem pretty laggy, is my experience when I've tried to use them. Like, it's not nowhere near as snappy as on my phone.
That's interesting. So one thing with Intel Chromebooks is Android apps are generally like they're kind of definitely being like a sort of like emulated. So they're Android wasn't really built to run on Intel, so there might be issues with that, and also sometimes these types
Whoa.
of larger devices don't have great.
You sound really funny. I don't know if that's just me.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you sound all echoey and...
Oh. Well, we have some comments. If you want to read those, or do you see the comments?
68%.
Huh.
Let's see. Let's make sure my audio's working.
Yeah, you sound all choppy.
Do I sound all choppy?
You sound all choppy, kind of like, I don't know, like, sort of like there's a voice changer going on, doing like a robot voice.
Oh.
You sound like a Star Wars droid, kinda. Oh no. Well, wish I could see the comments here. Oh, are you back?
I'm back.
Hey, that sounds better.
Oh, good.
Did you hear me say you sounded like a Star Wars droid?
All right. Let's see here. I've got comments, and they're from Kamar. Oops, as soon as I refreshed, I lost the comments, but I think he was saying that the TalkBack sounds better. Let's see, I'll look at them on the YouTube side.
Yeah. I mean, I think it depends on the app.
Let's see here.
Oh, hey, I see comments. Yep, sounds are better from TalkBack, huh?
Yep, that's what he says.
Yeah, I am right. TalkBack is laggy.
Like vibration. Hey, my voice. Yep, my voice is crazy.
It was like a vibration. That's a very good way of putting it.
Think Chromevox looks better than TalkBack? Okay. Oh, and he wants to know the TTS name. That is Google TTS.
Yeah.
So I'm just using the regular old TTS. I'm using, I think, Voice 3. So, let's see. So I can access the Chromevox text-to-speech options. I'll tell you exactly which voice I'm using. The hotkey to open up text-to-speech settings in Chromevox is Search O and then S. But in this case, let's go here. Yep, Chrome OS US English 3. That is the one I'm using. So, there we go. All right. Well, I don't know if you have anything that you want to add on Android apps.
Yeah. So I'll just say, so far, I really, really like having Chromevox keyboard shortcuts in Android apps when it works. Like when I was in Clubhouse yesterday, that felt a lot more efficient than using this touchscreen on my phone. So yeah, I mean, I think, occasionally they run a little bit slow or something like that, but it seems to be pretty good so far in my 2 days of experience, so I'm excited to try them more.
Yeah, the one thing that sometimes can be an issue is scrolling for apps that maybe you don't scroll, and also in apps like Telegram where you have to do a double tap and hold. You will likely want to do that on the touchscreen, as I haven't really found a keyboard alternative. There is a keyboard alternative to double tap and hold, but it's not a double tap, hold, and keep holding. It's just like double tap, hold, bring up a menu type thing.
Oh, okay.
So if you're using an app like, for example, Telegram, WhatsApp, or any of these other apps, if you can get them on the Play Store or sideload them or whatever, and they require a double tap, hold, keep holding, you may want to do that with a touchscreen. And then for whatever reason, the Telegram app is really a poor example of an Android app, and where like sometimes just trying to activate certain things in that app doesn't work properly. So again, if it doesn't work using a keyboard to activate stuff, and this happens even when you're using an external keyboard on Android, if it doesn't work, just try tapping and that kind of thing on the screen.
Now, are the Chromevox gestures similar to TalkBacks, or where do I find all the Chromevox gestures to use? Or do I just...
I'm not sure they're listed really, but yeah, they're for the most part, you're just swiping and exploring. So
okay, and then double tap and hold it. But how do you scroll?
Just keep swiping right.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah.
just go to the bottom and swipe right.
Yeah, keep swiping right, or put two fingers on the screen and scroll up.
Just like you do in TalkBack.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out why my touchscreen support isn't working. Oh, that's why, because I had the screen curtain on.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the other limitation, is when you have screen curtain on, apparently the touchscreen does not work. So, there we go. That's, now we know. But, yep. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, please put them here in the comments, and we'll try to get to those, answer those. Now it's nice voice. Yep, thank you. I'm glad. And Kurt, I'm glad to see you on here. And I'm sure we'll have more content for you all next week. And
Yeah, absolutely.
this is the Tech and Adventures. So far, I've done mostly tech, but I'm sure we'll get around to doing more adventures.
Yeah, we might even do some together.
That would be cool. And yeah, so I want to thank all of you guys for watching, and thank you, Kurt, for coming on.
Sure.
And even though it means deserting your post.
Oh. Seems like that
who
post
knows?
has been pretty empty as of late. There's not been a whole lot going on over there, so.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll have to have Marco on to come and drink a beer with us or something.
Sure.
Anyway, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Oh, hey, that's nice outro music.
Yeah, sure is.